Welcome back to ACC Kickoff. We're going to get to know your 2023 Virginia Tech Hokies. They're led by the head coach, Brent Pry, entering his second year at the helm, looking to improve from a 3-8 start with the Hokies. Pry and his staff, they've been busy in the transfer portal trying to bring in some firepower to spark the offense. Kyron Drones transfers in from Baylor to battle Grant Wells for the starting QB spot. They did lose a pair of defensive stars in Dax Hollifield and Jamari Connor, but returned their next 5 leading tacklers, which is great news. The Hokies will look to continue their dominance in the Commonwealth Cup, which we know how important that is, on November 25th at Virginia, as they've won 17 of the last 18 meetings in the series. I know that makes one on the end very, very happy to hear that. I know this head coach would love to do that again this year. Brent Pry joining us on the set here in the press conference room alongside Mark Packer and Virginia Tech alum Eddie Royal. Coach, I know you were excited to see him today. We're starting the morning off early, but how's it been so far around these parts?
It's been good. Yeah, I'm so excited to come down here and talk about the Hokies and talk about the progress we're making and see Eddie and see you guys. I mean, it's a great event. We have a great league, and this is a couple of days to showcase what we're all about.
Last time you guys saw each other, you were both getting beat up by the same golf course, I hear? Is that what happened?
How'd you hear about that?
Word on the street, little birdie.
It was a strong wind. It was a links course.
And the bad part is I'm a golfer, and I didn't even finish 18. It was that tough.
We'll blame it on the wind this time. We'll blame it on the wind.
Yeah.
I wanted to say this. I am married to a Hokie, as you well know.
Yes, sir.
And today, by the way, my wife, Amy, happy birthday. And she said, are you going to have Coach on today? I said, happy birthday. The Midnight Rider is on today on your birthday. So there you go. That's the first thing.
Happy birthday.
I'm looking forward, by the way, our camp tours. Eddie and I are going to be back in Blacksburg.
Good. Glad
so just giving you a heads up, get the grill ready. All right? You were going to go back on the grill.
I actually want to eat the food this time to see if y'all actually can cook.
Good point.
Well, we can handle that. I know that. But being more explosive, I know, has been a priority. And from a recruiting perspective with his high school kids, much less the transfer portal, I know that in the off season, you guys got after it.
Yeah, we really did. We had to create hard to earn last year. You know, takeaways, sacks. I mean, everything was just pulling teeth. And I think from a full cycle of fundamentals and techniques and understanding schemes, and then what we've done on the recruiting trail, we're in a much better place that way to make more impact plays.
I know the importance of representing Hokie Nation and the team. How'd you decide on the 3 guys that you brought with you?
You talking about the wide receivers?
No, to media day.
Oh, listen, that's a tough decision. You know, we had a small list of candidates, and you know, we've got so many good leaders right now in the program, old guys that they're in their 5th and 6th year and great ambassadors for our program and for our university. But these guys I think they represent our program very well from a lot of different perspectives. Maturity, work ethic, personality, a love for Virginia Tech. All 3 of these guys embody that.
I think Ali jumped out to me the most because he's a transfer. He hadn't been there that long, but yet you thought he was a leader enough to come here today.
Yeah, he's a guy that has earned respect across the team, which is tough when you come in as a transfer. His work ethic, his approach, he's got a big personality, a great smile. You know, he's going to do a great job today and this fall.
Since we're talking a little bit about recruiting and bringing people in to be more explosive, I know one of the things you've really talked about is building a fence around Virginia in terms of recruiting. And every time I feel like I open Twitter, I keep seeing that you guys have snagged another one from the Commonwealth, which is music to your ears. And I know Eddie's excited about that too. How have you seen the shift in getting guys to stay home and commit to Virginia Tech?
I think, number one, the importance that we've placed on the state of Virginia, on the Commonwealth. And you just can't talk about that. You got to be about it. We are in those high schools. We are doing the travel clinics. We are having the camps, the outreach. You know, it's not a one-way street. We can't just say, hey, send your kids to our place. We have to be there for these coaches, these communities, and these families, and we are. We're in the high schools where they don't have anybody right now. But, man, if they got a 7th grader coming, you know, we're going to be there in 3-4 years. So we're putting the work in and earning the trust and building the relationships across the state. And the return has been there. The more people, and I think in our own state and even in our footprint, they have a better sense of what we're about and how we're doing this. Yeah. And for a lot of them, that's a positive. That's what they want to see. That's what they want to be a part of. And so the impact and the influence and the outreach is all paying off. And so we're getting a lot of the right type of kids and families that identify with Virginia Tech.
He's got an elementary schooler, so just so you know, you might need to start recruiting that.
Listen, I'm telling you, we want to hear about him. So give me his vitals. I got get done here on the set.
Coach, you always hear about players, another year goes by and the game slows down. I remember talking to you a year ago on this very set and the anticipation of Enter Sandman, the first go-around, and the enthusiasm of Hokie Nation. How is it now slowed down for you as a coach with your staff heading into year 2 versus where you were a year ago?
I think with everything, just being through it, a whole cycle, everybody, there's more knowing. The expectations, the standards are in a better place with the players and the staff. Everybody, even though there's urgency, there's a level of comfort with how we operate and what we do day to day. What's next, what's on the horizon. We're just in a better place. I'm certainly a more mature head coach than I was last year sitting here. I've learned so much in year 1. I'm thankful for the experience, and we're doing things the right way. And it's kind of a step-by-step process, and we were truly a 100-level team. We're probably still in that neighborhood in just how we're building this program. But we've made some good strides as a staff and as a team towards the team that we want and need to be competitive in this league.
Give me a for instance of something you thought could be difficult or easy that turned out to be the exact opposite after you went through a season.
Yeah, I think being the defensive coordinator and the head coach, as a DC for a bunch of years, you have a system, you have a thought process, and it just kind of rolls out, and you know how to hit curveballs, and you've hit them before, and when you're doing that, that's well and fine. But when you're also the head coach and you're hitting those curveballs, and I think I was probably not the best head coach I could be and not the best DC I could be. So I'm excited moving forward. I'm excited for Chris Marv and the defensive staff. Really a quality group. High football IQ, good experiences. They understand what we need to be defensively, what it needs to look like, the things that are important to playing good defense. And, and just in that last ball game against Liberty, I really enjoyed being just the head coach and being mixed up with special teams and being on the horn with Coach Bowen and talking to the offensive huddle, and that's who I need to be.
Coach, I don't believe you, man. I can tell. You're going to miss it, man. Like,
oh, I do miss it.
I'm like, mentally, are you prepared to not call plays? Like, because how long has it been since you didn't call defensive plays? How many years has it been?
7 or 8. So, that's, I have a strong passion for defense and calling those plays. I love it. And I'll get the shakes when I walk by that room sometimes.
Yeah.
But I got a lot of trust in those guys. And to be honest, I'm very excited about what they're going to do. I'm excited about the staff, about the defensive players. Chris Marv, I'm just telling you, he's an outstanding young football coach. I had the good fortune to coach him. He was a great player, at Vanderbilt for us. He was our captain. And everything I saw in him as a player, man, it's just come to fruition. He's a leader. He's got mindset, mentality, his approach. He's genuine. He's hardworking. When I say that he prepared each and every week to call the game, even though he knew he wasn't going to, my hat's off to him. He prepared all season long for this. And when he got the opportunity at Liberty, he did a great job.
Now, we've been talking about recruiting. Somebody on your staff has been doing a heck of a job, even got a raise for it, Fontel Mines. Tell me the importance of having him on the staff, developing receivers and through recruiting.
Yeah, he's been outstanding for us. We've got a lot of good people in our program. And I think, as you guys know, when you talk about recruiting, there's so many aspects to it. It's the on-campus visit. It's the letters, it's the home visit, the high school visit, it's the position coach. It's all the people that they interact with when they're on our campus. When people leave Virginia Tech, I want them to feel like, man, those are great people. They will care for my son, good and bad. They will be there for him and support him and develop him. And, you know, so Fontel's done a great job. Coach Mines, I mean, he's from the state of Virginia. He's from Richmond. He played at the Crosstown School, and he's, you know, he recruits at a very high level. And that's what we have to do at Virginia Tech.
I know they're coming for camp tour. We're also, all of us are going to be there for the opener against ODU, 8 p.m. kickoff at Lane Stadium, and I know I'm pumped to be there. For you, how are you approaching that opener, especially with the way things went last year going into this one? How have you felt the anticipation leading into this one on your home field?
Honestly, you know, we're so, I mean, this summer, we had to win the summer. We did so many good things in the winter and the spring. We had to win the summer, and that's where our emphasis and our focus has been. I really don't want our players, our staff, you know, other than breaking some things down and doing the data stuff and you know, some of those, some of our analysts and guys studying the opponents at the beginning of the season. You know, our emphasis and focus has been on the summer. And when we start camp on Tuesday, it's going to be on camp. And I don't want those guys looking down the road. We've got too much work we have to do to, you know, to get to that point. So.
Coach, always a pleasure. Eddie and I will see you in a couple weeks. The whole gang will see you for the opener, like Taylor said. But always fun going to Hokie Land now. It is a party in Blacksburg on Saturday.
Yeah, we got a great fan base. We've got great support. I love the administration. I mean, our fans, the community. Everybody's behind us. I don't think you can find a 3-8 team right now with more momentum and excitement than the Virginia Tech Hokies.
Well, 3-8's the rearview mirror. That's all I know. Right? Time to move forward with the Midnight Rider.